I made my mini documentary about my roommate, Sam Combs. Sam grew up as the son of a Methodist minister, and because his father was a Methodist minister, this meant that he was highly involved in the church growing up, and he attended every church service and church event with his family. So this meant that on Sundays he would be there for Sunday school early in the morning, and then through all the services that their church held, and then into the afternoon with Sunday brunch and meetings with other families. So that meant that he was at the church building with his family for about 6 hours every Sunday, and then every Wednesday he would be going to their weekly dinners with the church as a whole, and he would be going to youth group. And through these experiences, he developed many character traits that he owns and that he is very proud of. And here is the documentary to show, or for his experience.
So my mom she worked in nonprofit and works at Meals on Wheels, which gives meals to like the people that can't afford them. And then my dad was always a Methodist minister growing up. Growing up, I'd have to be there for each service on Sundays, be at youth group on the nights, whatever happened on Wednesday nights with the whole church. I'd have to be there for that. So it was definitely not something extremely enjoyable growing up at the start. From like a faith standpoint, I'd say looking back on it, like it definitely made me care more about like church and God, and like just the like act of like giving back, that kind of thing. It teaches you a lot. But socially, I feel like it did so much more for me looking back on it, because I had to talk to people from all ages, whether you're a senior citizen, adult, or kids too. Growing up in that, it made me like feel like I was being forced to go to church and all that. But then now, like, I enjoy going to church now. Like I enjoy like trying to give back and care about like something other than myself. My whole life, it was both my parents just were doing so many things for other people that it almost made me think, what are they doing for themselves? But really, that just showed me that like that's what made them happy, and that's what it's all about. I think it definitely made me into the man I am today.
The major theme in this story is there is more to an experience than what is on the surface, as you can learn many positive life lessons and habits through the experience. And this is shown in Sam's case because even though he did not like being at church for 6 hours every Sunday, which is very likely for a 6, 7, 8-year-old kid, um, he learned many life lessons through the experience, such as compassion and service were two of the main lessons that he learned. And he's continued these practices and traits through his own actions, as he participates in many service projects and volunteer work even today, even though he does not have to. Recently, he was involved with TWAM, the Teens with a Mission project, and they went on a mission trip to Tijuana, Mexico, where they they built a house for a family who could not afford to build a house or even knew where to begin building the house. And then he's also been involved with Durham Mission Rescue here in Chapel Hill, and he's been involved with Meals on Wheels back home in Salisbury, North Carolina. And it's these important values that he learned and that he really truly values in his life that he learned through experiences with the church. He also learned about social interaction and how to be sociable with people, because he was interacting as a 14, 15-year-old kid. He was interacting with people who were 80, 90, 50 years old, even 4 or 5-year-olds. So he learned how to interact with different people from different backgrounds, and it was a really meaningful experience in that manner for him, as well as from a faith standpoint. because today he's a strong Christian, and he believes that this experience helped him grow closer to God and helped him like connect with his faith and give him a faith-based life, which he believes is the way he wants to live his life. And and this is not only in this theme does not apply to only the religious sense. It also applies to different senses such as school. Like if a kid is in school but he doesn't like reading or he doesn't like learning math, even though he's not enjoying it in that moment, he's still learning lessons that will help him later in life, such as connecting with classmates and how to work well with classmates, as well as receive help and ask for help and give help to his peers, as well as interacting with his teacher, who also is like a boss figure in the adult world. So it's a theme that applies to any facet of life, and it's one that I believe is very important.